Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. She is done, and we are going to look through and see what we have in her today. So she has a lot of stuff, but still a lot of space to play yourself. So I have left some pages for the new owner, and also possibilities to pick out things that you want to change or do something else with. So we have a lot of laces, of course, as always. Can't live without laces. And a little lace up here, and the pages is a little bit bigger, so they peek out of the journal. Okay. So for those of you that have followed this, have seen me do this flip. That is kind of an extra decoration on the front of the cover. So we have some antique keyholes and a lot of old papers, old antique laces, linen on the cover, and painting and embroidery. So I have embroidered around several of the things in it, but we will take it as it comes. So we have an old monogram on the cover and some embroidery, piece of an old book spine, and some old book papers. So she can still lay pretty flat, so you can use it. I don't like to overdo things, so it will still have some spots to put things in. So I'm just going to take a card so I can show you where all the pockets is. So on the inside of the cover I have put this piece. And this one was actually taken away from Instagram because they have probably some computer that thought this was some kind of nudity. So they took it down because they thought it was something that could disturb people. So I don't know what they saw in this that they thought was nudity. But it was taken down, and they have put the post several ways down on the list because of that they thought it was something that was disturbing. So I'm not sure what I have done this time to disturb anyone. So that will be interesting to see when they have reached a verdict about my journal page with the leaves on. Okay, let's move on. I have a lot of original eco-dyed paper in this too, and also textile. I have used the old Swedish stamps and a lot of stenciling from my antique metal stencils with old monograms like this. Several of the pages are gessoed, so they are paintable. So I have put color on some of them but left a few for the new owner to give it its own personality. One of the cards that we made, journaling card, or if you want to move it around in the journal as a pocket or something, that a bookmark or something like that. Sewn and embroidered pockets, old book papers and lace. You can see me make several of these things in earlier recordings on the channel, so if you're interested you can go and see some of the pockets, and I have also recordings on some eco dyeing and some mark making, so you can find different things I have made. So I made a kind of side pocket with the lace on this side. I didn't want to cover this old book page up totally, so I put a little monogram and some lace. Here I have put a leaf that is just a decoration. So some of them are like top spots, but some of them I have just left like this, and you can use it for decoration or write on them, whatever you would like to. So we have a big pocket here. This is also some painted paper, some textile with eco dyeing, embroidery, mark making, really old lace. I have painted a lot in this journal. Some of you may like it and some of you may don't, so it's different how you think about that. So just so you know, I have done that. I just realized I haven't put my journaling name on it. See if this can work. It was a bad one. I try to remember to put in my name in them. So in case you have a lot of journals that you are collecting or something like that and want to know where they came from, I try to put in my name in them. So let's just use this little piece. We can just put it in the front pocket like that. I need to do it now when I remember, because I have fatigue, so I don't remember things. When I have gone to the next page, I have already forgotten about it. Painting, stenciling and old book page. More painting of an old book page, and this is a little pocket. So you can have some small fun stuff. This is also a big belly band. And this one I know I have tutorial on how to do. And these are just some handmade papers that looks like this. Bought on Amazon, I think. And I have just colored them with heavy, with coffee and brown watercolor. We have a top spot with these beautiful lace, kind of lace papers that are sewn together. I have a little mini course on this on my Etsy shop if you want to learn how to do this, if you don't already know that. So more painted and monoprinted old book pages, and this is just put down with the paper clip so you can move it around or use it in another journal for decoration. A big pocket on the next page with some eco-dyed paper and another piece of this lace, but this is covered on the back, so you don't need to be afraid to destroy it when you put something in. I have secured that. So another page that is painted with a piece of Botanical. I have showed that in a recording on a film earlier. And this is a little leaf that is printed and painted. So I just put it down like this. And some color swatches on the side. A little kind of tag from an old botanical book. And the print is from 1769, but this is in the book, so I think the book was from the 50s, so it's not totally as old as it looks. And then I put one of my prints on the back. Here we have some patterns from flowers, and it's gessoed so you can paint on it if you would like to. Eco-dyed with some lilacs, so you can really feel the lilacs in this one. It's a thick paper, so you can feel the tactile feeling of this one. Old labels from my stash from an old factory here in Sweden, so they are a bit special. And a couple of more of these old pages to play with. I think there are 3 of these. And this one is the oldest book I have. So this is rag paper and really special. It's from the beginning of 1800. I think it was 1806. So another pocket with eco-dyed cotton, and I think it's actually a blend between cotton and linen. Also old from a tablecloth. Some old laces and embroideries. Behind this one I made a watercolor painting with circles, and I added this beautiful monogram in one of them. And there are different monograms in the journal, so it doesn't need to be personal in any way. I have just used it because it's beautiful. From an old German book. (1800) also. One of those books I got from a friend that her parents had moved from their big old house, and all of these books wasn't read at all. They were as new, but from the 1800s, so that was a treasure to go and get how many books I would like to. So that was fun. A big pocket, and this is my paper lace and some embossed paper. A painted little tag on watercolor paper. I have just scribbled a bit and used the same colors as on this painting. And a bit of writing space. All the signature is secured, sewn in, hidden spine, and then I secured it with textile so the knots won't move any time at all. A pocket on this side, and this is also one of the small things I did in a recording, so there are tutorials on that. And this is just some collage with old book pages I made. I have also some old Swedish love letters in it, and those are from this old house, so They are copies, but still a bit fun to have. You can't read it maybe, but they are fun to have with all this beautiful penmanship. Another of these small cards that I made with some scribbling in watercolor. Tutorial on that. And a Tim Holtz clip. And another of these pockets with some roses and embroidery. Another collaged page to play with, however you would like to. This is a print with the Botanical that I did with watercolor. I painted the flower or the leaves and pressed it down, so this is gessoed too, so you can continue playing or write on it. And a little memory pocket down here. This is acrylic paint that I did on my jelly plate. So several of the pages are painted with acrylic, so they have this nice feeling of almost like leather. And some painted monograms. Another leaf, and this one is the top spot where you can put things down. A botanical page, and this is just from an old book, so you have a botanical also on the back. And then I done some color swatches and put the name of the flower or the grass in this case. And then I have a little die cut with the fern in the corner. Painted old page and another Swedish stamp. And if there is someone out there that are interested in getting some Swedish stamps, you can leave a comment below and I can see if I can send you some. This was one of the labels that wasn't used, so now we're using it. Scribble a bit on it. Another color swatch, and this is an original from a Edith Holden book. And I have covered the back with some paper so you can use it as writing space, and scribbled a bit on it. Another of these cards on top of a eco-dyed really beautiful blue brownish page, and these are lingonberry leaves. And then I have used brush stroke colors to get it a bit lilac bluish tone on it. A little flip page with a big pocket, and this is textile on the side and it's also textile up here, so am I in frame, so you can make sure that this won't fall off. And then we have an antique lace down here. It's a bit damaged, but it often is that when it's several 100 years old, or at least 100 years old. Another tuck spot. And all of these pages are originals, but some of them are gessoed, so there are no copies of these pages that are all old from the 1800s and originals. A big pocket, embroidery, and this is also one of the monoprints that I did. And this was before I had my jelly plate, so this was something I did on my silicone matte, if I remember it right. Simple with just some black acrylic ink. This is actually printable, and I think it's Ruby and Pearl Exo, but I can't swear on that. So let's just say it's a printable. And we have some eco-dyed textile in the spine like that, so it's strong and nice. Stenciling on the page and add a painted old book. This is from a Bible, I think. And we have another of these eco-dyed pages and a top spot down here, so this will can hold the page. And some more of this stenciled old monograms. I think this was also a little top spot, so you can put something behind it. A flip from one of my painted papers. So this is also original painted watercolor on top of an old. And then I have up here a little top spot behind that. So you can write on it and put something that are a bit secret. More pages, and this is also a die cut. And I don't know where I got this, but I think it's some cheap die cuts from Temu or Amazon. So this haven't got any brand on it. They are loose in small plastic bags, so I can't give you any name on it. I love these. I have some different ferns. More eco-dyed pages. And a piece from an old letter. Marker making and some antique lace. And one of the labels. And the card we did. And another piece from that old letter from the farm. Another of these die cuts that I have that are just coming in plastic bags, so I don't have any names. I left this page plain, no gesso or anything, so free to play with. This was one of the front pages of a book, so it just has the name on it. It's some German old book. A print from the jelly plate with acrylic inks and one of my fodders that I have painted. And I have tutorials on this too. And this is from an old, this is actually a copy from an old invoice from the man that did build my farm where I live now, or my house. I don't have a farm anymore. It was a farm earlier. Another flower die cut stamp, and this is the flip out that we did. Was it actually maybe yesterday? And old book page behind it, and another of these fodders that I have made with leaves and a pocket behind this. Some embroidery and sewn around, and this is from an old book. And then we have this little curtain, so you have writing space, fold it down, and you have this little handle to open it, so that will also keep the lace in place. another old original book page. And this is from another old book, and I have painted a little on top of it. It's the first page on the inside, so it has this little fun pattern on it. One of my paintings, and I have painted this with watercolor on top of acrylics. Just some simple flower. Another die cut, old newspaper, garden seeds, and they have also nice fruit, no poison on them. But they also sell the poison that you put on if you want to. So they have some liquid that you can put to get rid of the seeds you don't want. Another page that are like leather with some acrylic paint on it. They are really thick and nice. This is Textile, and one of my prints that I did on the jelly plate. And I left that plain, so free to play on. Another of my paintings on the acrylic page. Just a little simple flower. And this is the other side of that printable that we saw. And an acrylic page with just some numbers. We have this antique lace is from my grandmother's tablecloth. So this is from the beginning of 1900. Another painted page, but I left it and just have put on one of the cards and another of these old book pages to play with. Another die cut and a print from the jelly plate. Some stenciling with a key and some scribbling. More antique book pages. This is plain and this is with gesso on. Some more of these old labels and monograms. Another big pocket from an embossed page with a rose on it. And then it has a printable on the back in a kind of a pinkish tone. So it's a nice little pocket, and we have some script on the inside from another old letter. A big pocket on this last signature, and another piece of the printed textile. I have just done a little monogram on that textile. I left that to peek out. You can cut it off if you would like to, but I left it. Maybe can glue it down like this and have a little tuck spot on this side. One of my watercolor paintings, and this is what did I do? I have the flower here that I painted from. So I had this like this, and then I painted from it. It's a tinsel, so that was a bit fun to do. A bit of lace. Another acrylic page and another tuck spot. And this time I glued down the card so you can use it as a little tuck spot and pocket. And I left the rusty paper clip on it page is some textile that I have glued on one side that a bit stuck into the lace, but that was okay. So this is another eco-dyed thin news print paper, and then I did this big pocket with lace, and that peeks out down here. And on this side we have this little decoration, I think. Yes, I didn't leave anything to put something in because it was the sewed pieces. A piece from an old botanical book. Oyster herb, ostronört in Swedish. So I guess it's something that grows near water. Some kind of water plant. In Latin it says Maritensia maritima, so something about water. Painted page, embroidered textile pocket, and I put that down. This is a top spot, so you can put in bigger things if you would like to. And another top spot, embroidered pieces and sewn, crocheted, some modeling paste, and under here it's a really old book page from 1885, but it's a small piece, you can't even see it, but it's there. Another of these painted pages and a little label. This is just some paint scribble on it, and you can do whatever you want on the pages. Another top spot. And also this one is possible to put something in. Another of these cards, and this says joy on it. Painted page with acrylic, and on this one we have a flip. So this is handmade paper that is embossed with roses. So you can cover up whatever you write. And another of these pieces from the die cut. And these leaves are also die cuts, and Tim Holtz has these, or that brand that, not Tim Holtz, it's a Tim Holt brand, but not Tim Holt. Another leaf and painted paper. And we have another of these cards, some numbers, and a little Tim Holtz clip on top of that. But it's put down just with a paper clip, so you can move it around. A big pocket on this page with painted paper, an old letter from 1929, some painted textile. I just did some watercolor painting on the white textile. And another old lace. And this is the other side of that textile that I made on the jelly plate. And we have a couple of beautiful colored pages in the back. And the inside is covered with 100% linen that is eco-dyed. And even the spine is covered with textile, so it's really sturdy. And it also have this old crocheted lace on the spine. And you can see where this started and how really small these crochet needle need to be to do this. Really fun to see. It's so small. I would not have the possibility to do something like that. Don't have the patience or the knowledge to do it. So I'm happy that someone else did it. So that was it. I hope you like it. Please give me a thumbs up. And I always like your comments. You know that by now. I'm trying to answer most of them, or at least give you a sign that I have read it with a thumbs up and a heart and a like. So I'm reading everything, even if I now with all these subscribers sometimes don't have time to answer you with words right away. But I'm trying to do that. But at least I'm reading everything. So keep posting and keep writing things to me. I love to have these moments and sit and read all your nice and super kind comments. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. And of course there will be more journals, so I'm already on it. And this was really fun to make this one, as it's a little bit more acrylic paint than I usually use. But it's a really nice feeling, and it was fun to do something a bit different. So that was all for tonight, and thank you so much for keeping me company. See you soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.